What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a Pokemon called Minior, which is a new Pokemon introduced in Generation 7. It's really interesting. It has some really cool tactics, and apparently people are very interested in how to use this Pokemon and what it does, so I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I think it's like very, like it's a Pokemon that you look at it and you're like, wow, this Pokemon probably stinks, but then you look a little harder and you're like, huh, maybe this could be good. So that's why I'm excited to talk about it. If you're just joining us now, my name is Wolf Glick. I'm the 2016 Pokemon World Champion, and I'm doing a series where I walk you guys through my thoughts on some competitive sets for some Pokemon going forward, so you guys have like a good starting point, because it's like, with the game just coming out, I know it's really confusing. So, let's take a look at Minior. First of all, most importantly, you can change the way the outside of Minior's shell works. Basically, the way Minior works is as two forms. Its ability shields down, changes the form when its health drops below 50%. So it has like the defensive form, which is bleh. This is the defensive form, and then it has all these cute little inner forms. I personally prefer this one. I think this looks really cool. So, that's what you need to look about Minior. Its stats. So it has base 60 HP both times and in both forms. But what you need to know is the shields up form, when it still has like that protection. It means that it can't be affected by status, first of all. But also it has pretty good defenses. Actually, okay, not actually pretty good, but like decent defenses. Base 100 defense, base 100 special defense, base 60 HP. 60 HP is super low, but well, you know, we can make do with that. And then the offensive form and the shields core form, speed doubles, and then its attack and defensive stats switch. So it goes to 60 defense, 60 special defense, but it's already at 50% HP, so it's not a huge deal. And it gains like a pretty sizable increase to its attack and special attack. What's also interesting is a rock flying type. And we do have like Aerodactyl and Archaeops, but this is a different kind of rock flying type, so that's why I'm really excited. It can't learn any egg moves, which is interesting, and it doesn't have a super deep move pool, so I think that's part of the reason people were writing it off. But I started to look a little deeper, and I said, okay, what can we do here? So this is the first set that I came up with for Minior, and I think it's really interesting. And I'm sorry, guys, let me zoom in a little bit. I totally forgot about this. There you go. That should be a little better. There you go. So now you can see a little better. Minior. What do you notice about it? First of all, boop. I can't change the form here, but here's the set. Protect, Shell Smash, Acrobatics, Rock Slide with max HP and max attack for special defense. And you're thinking, okay, what does this do? So first of all, let's talk about, we've already talked about Shield Down, so let's talk about Shell Smash and White Herb. Shell Smash doubles the special attack, and speed, adds 2 stages, +2 to all those stats, and lowers defense and special defense by 1. So the combination of Shell Smash and White Herb is really interesting, and this is the main set that I think you want to run on Minior. I'll get to that later, though. So basically, Shell Smash plus White Herb allows Minior to get +2 speed, +2 special attack, not important here, +2 attack, very important, and in return it loses 1 defense and 1 special defense, like stage, and the White Herb will heal those drops. So basically, it allows Minior to just become like a setup monster. And Acrobatics is a really good pair with this, because Acrobatics power is based, so it's base 55 power, right? It's base 55 power, and it doubles when your item is used, when you're not holding an item. So basically, you can have a base 110 power times 1.5 for your stab boost, plus times 2 for the attack boost, and you don't lose anything except you have to like spend a turn setting up. I was like, okay, so how strong is this thing actually? Like, maybe it's not that strong, right? So we said, boop. Okay. Okay, so +2 max attack, shields down, acrobatics versus max HP Tapu Lele, 122% to 144%. That's a lot of damage. Keep in mind, this is only after you've taken 50% damage, but still, that is a lot of damage. Yes, and so that's like the first thing that I saw, and I was like, okay, that's pretty convincing. And then I was like, okay, so how much is it going to do? Like, are we going to get O-code if we, while we set up? Like, what's going on? Like, am I gonna lose my Minior? Like, because if you lose your Pokemon setting up, it doesn't even mean anything. But thankfully, because of Minior's low base speed, like in its shields up form, because of its low base speed, it's gonna be taking most of its, it's gonna be taking most of the first attacks in the early game in its shields up form. So max special attack, Tapu Lele's Psychic does not KO, even with a modest nature. So that's really big. So basically, if they Psychic you, you double all your important stats, and then you outspeed them because your +2 speed and Minior's Shield's down form is a lot faster. So it's this really cool combination where you set up, you get so much, and because your original form is bulkier, you're not going to get KO'd. So that's really cool. Yes. So that I think is going to be the main set. I came up with something else actually, which is I think pretty interesting as well. But this is like, I think that the first set, this set I think is going to be your main like bread and butter Minior set. So let's keep going. Next set I came up with was this set. It's basically similar idea. You switch Rock Slide for Explosion. You can do that on the other side as well if you want. You can also switch Explosion for Rock Slide. The idea behind this set is that it bluffs, like, so it functions in Trick Room. That's the idea with this set, and it's not It's not super conventional, and it is a little bit of a weird concept, but I think it could actually be really interesting. White Herb also activates with Intimidate, so you don't even have to Shell Smash if you don't want to. And so this set in particular, I had the idea of pairing with a Trick Room setter, where you use Acrobatics and Trick Room, you're doing a lot of damage, and then as Trick Room's ending, or you bring Minior in as Trick Room is ending, and you Shell Smash. So now you're faster in Trick Room, and then you can Shell Smash and be faster out of Trick Room, which I just thought was a really interesting combination. Yeah, so this set is definitely more experimental. I have not tested this set myself, but I wanted to give you something cool and like just encourage you to think about the Pokemon in a different way than everybody. I also thought about choice specs and choice band, choice scarf sets, but on a Pokemon like Minior, I don't think it makes like a ton of sense. So that's pretty much what this set is. Trick Room again, pretty bulky. And here's some other just like some random calcs. So this is Tapu Bulu Woodhammer after an Intimidate never KOs, which I think is really interesting. Because Woodhammer in grassy terrain is like a really strong move, like a ridiculously strong move. So the fact that all you have to do is give it an Intimidate, and then your Minior Shields Up form, of course, will be surviving, I think that's really huge. And the other thing I calced was just, oh, I'm so sorry. So if you want to give it a Citrus Berry for this set, you can also, for this set, you don't have to run White Herb and Shell Smash. You could switch this to Citrus Berry and Rock Slide. And I was just curious, so I ran a calc, and I found that this is a 3-hit KO after Citrus Berry recovery, assuming that Shields Down activates at the end of the turn and not the middle. Again, I don't really know how that works because I haven't tested in game yet, and Showdown's being a bit buggy sometimes. Like, Showdown's great, but they're still like updating all their information. Yes. Oh, sorry. This is through light screen as well. So, like, I'm so sorry, guys. I was calculating a third set, which was like, this is. I'll just do this really quick. Citrus Berry, and you just change this to light screen, and this to Rock Slide. I'm so sorry about that. And that's your third set for the Minior. Again, this is also for Trick Room. This is more of a Trick Room support, but also has the ability to sweep as well. And so that was just like something I came up with. Again, I would like to test this one. I hope that you guys, if you test this, please let me know how it works, because I'm really interested. I actually think this one has a lot of potential. It's just that, yes, I didn't end up testing it. And here's the calc there, where Tapu Lele should not be 3-hit KOing as long as Shields Down works the way that I think it does. Cool. So those are your sets. Again, that first one I think is going to be your more bread and butter set. Minior, unfortunately, because of its limited move pool, doesn't have a lot of flexibility with like the sets you can run, but I think it's still worth experimenting with because there might be some really cool stuff there. Last thing, because I kind of like went a little bit short on the sets, I wanted to give you guys more partners than before. So once again, we're starting with Krookodile. Minior's immunity to ground type moves, thanks to its flying typing, is really good, and it also benefits a lot from Intimidate, especially when it's trying to set up. So Krookodile using Earthquake and Dark type moves, I think, is a really strong partner for it. Also offering Rock type moves, because the main Flying and Rock are resisted by Steel, and so having Krookodile who can threaten Steel type Pokemon with Earthquake or catch them on the switch with Knockoff and like take away their item, I think is really valuable. Next Pokemon, Oranguru. If you want to see more about this set, this is a set that I took from my Oranguru video. This is for the Trick Room sets that I showed you guys earlier, and this pairs really well with Oranguru because of the fact that if you get, so basically the idea is like you set up Trick Room with Oranguru, you bring in Minior, and then you can use Instruct Rock Slide, and it just has such a high chance of flinching that it's really scary. So this is just something that I thought of, this like cool combination. I think I'm going to make videos about combinations of Pokemon, like cool double strategies, so keep your eye out for that. Again, this is for the Trick Room set. And then I thought about, like, this is, Krookodile works well with both Trick Room and not Trick Room. Oranguru is pretty much strictly for Trick Room. And then I thought about, okay, what if we really want to set up? So I started looking at Fake Out Pokemon. First of all, Alolan Persian, hilarious Mon, really like it, but it gets Fake Out and Knockoff. So basically, Fake Out is really good to pair with Minior, because you can Fake Out of the threatening Pokemon and Shell Smash, and then you can boost, becomes so powerful that it just becomes like a huge threat. So that's why I have Persian here. Knockoff. I think you could actually do something really interesting with Sucker Punch. Like, let's say you wanted, sorry, I should have updated this earlier. Like, let's say you wanted like an Assault Vest set and you want a Sucker Punch, or you don't even need an Assault Vest, but let's say you want a Sucker Punch. You can EV your Minior so that Sucker Punch would always break your shield. So let's say you turn one, you went Fake Out and Shell Smash, and they didn't break your shield. That didn't take you to below 50% HP. You could actually Sucker Punch yourself to activate the shield, depending on how it works. I'm not sure, again, if Shield Up / Shields Down works at the end of the turn or like as soon as it happens, but we'll have to find out. It actually probably works as soon as it happens. I just don't know what happens if you heal. That's the only thing I'm confused about. So yeah, once again, Persian, that's a really interesting combination. Next up, we have Salazzle. Again, Salazzle, okay, so the other thing that is cool, again, it's like Minior, Rock, and Flying are great attack, like offensive typings, but they're both resisted by Steel. So having a Fire type Pokemon or a Pokemon that hits Steel Pokemon really hard, that's why I have Salazzle and Krookodile here. It's just really powerful and really helpful to help Minior set up and also to threaten the opponent. So that's why I have Salazzle here. Fake Out, Overheat, Sludge Bomb. You can. Oh, sorry. This last move could be anything you want, like Protect, Encore, It really depends on your team. Disable, depending on other stuff. But yes, so I think Salazzle could actually be really interesting. Salazzle is a Pokemon that we'll probably be seeing this year, I think. It's really interesting. And there's a lot of really cool stuff that it can do. And last up, I just wanted to redirection user. And I'm not a huge fan of the new mushroom because it's 4 times weak to poison. So I just worry about like random poison type attacks. But Clefable, always a good Pokemon in VGC. Always has the chance of being a good Pokemon in VGC with Follow Me and Fairy typing. So Clefable with Follow Me and Bloom Blast, Protect, and whatever else you want, I think could be very, very valuable. Also could be Clefairy if you prefer Clefairy. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like. If you want to tell me what Pokemon you want to see next, you want me to cover next, just let me know in the comments down below. If you want to watch the Oranguru video and learn more about that, is in the description below as well. And I will see you guys next time for the next competitive analysis. Peace.